Gary Deabold. A son of a pool elevator agent, Gary lived in several South Saskatchewan communities growing up, eventually settling in Shaunavon. He spent 5 years working at a local garage, attaining his mechanic apprenticeship papers. While sitting in the local establishment one Friday evening, Gary found himself chatting about careers with one of his former teachers. It was that conversation that made him consider teaching. Gary enrolled at the University of Saskatchewan and obtained his Bachelor's of Education in 1991. That same spring, he was hired by Turtleford School Division. For 20 years, he was the full-time itinerant IA teacher and commuted between Turtleford and Edam every other day. Eventually, he was given the opportunity to be in Edam full-time, teaching math, PAA, and grade 4 to 6 phys ed. Gary has many career highlights. What started out as his first teaching position in a small town quickly advanced into 30 years of permanent employment in a community he now calls home. With it came amazing students, athletes, colleagues, and community friendships for which he is grateful.
Gary, Mr. Deabold, aka Digger.
It's hard to believe we started our careers together 30 years ago. Since then, you have been a wonderful colleague, a coach to my children, and most importantly, a friend. On behalf of the staff and students of Turtleford and Edam, we would like to wish you the best on your new adventures.
Now, whether that means having the cleanest vehicles in town or the most immaculate lawn, oh, yes, Gary's already accomplished that goal. Regardless, enjoy your well-deserved retirement because heaven knows you've earned it in one of the most demanding professions, especially during a pandemic. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kathy Doucher. Kathy moved to Neilburg as a small child and hasn't looked back. She spent her K-12 career in Neilburg and has worked at the school for the last 25 years. After high school graduation, Kathy married her husband Ernie, and together they had a daughter and son. She started as secretary at NCS in 1986 and moved to the position of library tech in 2019. The years have flown by and she has enjoyed getting to know the students and staff. Kathy feels fortunate to have made many lasting friendships over her years at the school. Some of her memories that stand out are being the one to inform some students that their mom had just given birth to their new baby sister, the entire school being evacuated to the community hall, and the whole student population playing a game together while they waited, being chosen as guest speaker by the 2004 graduating class. In retirement, Kathy plans on spending more time with their 5 grandchildren. They also hope to spend time camping, golfing, fishing, catching up with family and friends, and traveling as much as possible. Congratulations, Kathy.
I am so honored to toast Kathy Doucher, the heart and soul of NCS for the last 25 years. She shared belly-busting laughter in the middle of exasperating software changes, shared her pride in students in the middle of trying to print stubborn report cards, and put herself in the middle of the caring culture that is the signature at NCS, with her friendly, patient, and compassionate personality. Let's raise our glasses to Kathy Doucher.
Margaret Clarenbeck. Marg was born and raised in Loon Lake, Saskatchewan, where she attended Ernie Studer School from grade 1 to 12. She received her education degree from the University of Saskatchewan. Marg began her teaching career at Macwasahagan School in Loon Lake. She taught there from 1984 to 1990 and 1995 to 2001, taking 5 years off in between to be at home with her family. In the spring of 2003, she took a term position at Gateway Elementary and moved to Jonah Sampson the same fall, where she remained until June of 2007. Marg then transferred to Ernie Studer School, where she has taught to the present day. Marg has many wonderful memories of her teaching career, but the best has been all the wonderful colleagues she has met over the years. For her retirement, Marg plans to enjoy time with her 7 grandchildren and travel to warmer climates during winter, if COVID ever subsides. Congratulations, Marg.
Marg, even though we at ESS are going to miss you immensely, you are more than deserving of your retirement. May you enjoy every moment. Please don't be a stranger. Come solve the world's problems with us from time to time. We are going to miss you, Marg.
Stephanie Lewis. Immediately after graduating from the University of Saskatchewan in 1987, Stephanie accepted her first teaching position with the Meadow Lake School Division as a grade 1 teacher. All of Stephanie's career has been spent with the Northwest School Division teaching grade 1. She initially began at Father Cochin School and then Jubilee School in Meadow Lake. Her fondest memories in grade 1 involve grand Christmas operetta productions, show and tell surprises, music festivals, making a classroom circus, and year-end trips to Grade Lake. Working her entire career in grade 1 always kept her interested, motivated, and challenged. There was never a dull moment. It has been a pleasure working with so many students, families, and colleagues. Her retirement dreams include being at the lake, spending more time with family and friends, and traveling. Congratulations, Stephanie.
Stephanie, you are the quintessential grade 1 teacher. You have touched the lives of countless children, families, and colleagues over your amazing 34 years, including mine. As you move on to this new exciting chapter of your life, we want to wish you health, happiness, and of course, lots of fun. Cheers.
Donna Priest. Donna graduated from the University of Saskatchewan in 1990. Her first teaching position was a grade 1-2-3 split class at Tullabee Lake. This was her first experience with a multi-grade classroom, but not the last. Donna then went to Fort Pitt Hutterite Colony to teach grades 1 to 9 in the church. She was very thankful to have Virginia McKenzie as her EA. After a few years, they moved into the new school where Donna had only grade 4 to 9. It was wonderful to have only 6 grades and her own classroom. Donna will always remember having coffee and talking with Mike Cheddar every morning. Donna transferred to Paradise Hill in 1998 to teach special ed, speech, and science. She then moved to grade 4, sharing with Audrey Greaves, and back again to junior sciences. This past year, she ended as she started in a grade 3-4 split. Congratulations, Donna.
To Mom, also known as Mrs. Priest.
Congratulations on retiring.
Now you can do what you want. Cheers.
Ken and Pat Prosser. In their 44 years as a school bus contractor, they saw many changes. When Ken and Pat started with the Meadow Lake School unit, all the buses were contracted, and when they finished with the Northwest School Division, they were the last contracted bus. Ken and Pat have had the privilege of busing 2 generations of children from their community. They have had many good memories and lots of laughs of the things that happened throughout the years. Ken and Pat will miss the students and their bus families. In retirement, they are looking forward to many happy days of traveling and spending time at their cabin with family and friends. Congratulations, Ken and Pat.
On behalf of the Northwest School Division, staff, students, families, and community members of Loon Lake and surrounding area, I wish to congratulate Ken and Pat Prosser on their retirement and thank them for the years of dedication to the families on their route. After 44 years and 16,000 plus bus runs to and from the Wayland area to Ernie Studer School, Pat made her final run on March 10, 2021. The outpouring of support in the days that followed the announcement truly showed how much the two of them have been appreciated by the students and families in that area, past and present. Ken and Pat, congratulations on a well-deserved retirement.
Rhonda was born in Shaunavon, Saskatchewan, to Maurice and Eileen Blom, the youngest of their 10 children. After completing high school, she received her Bachelor of Education at the U of S. Rhonda moved to Langley, BC, and spent an amazing year subbing in Surrey. But the prairies and a curly-haired, blue-eyed guy were calling, so she returned home to teach for 1 year in Shell Lake. Rhonda moved to Turtleford, where she had an awesome experience learning the ropes in a very supportive, loving community. Once their son Matthew was born, it felt important for the whole family to be on the same time zone, and so she began teaching at Ratushniak in Maidstone. McKenna was born a few years later, and they all went to school together for the next several years. A highlight from her career was just the awe and wonder of being able to hang out with so many amazing students and their families. So much fun! God willing, they will be moving to Saskatoon following her retirement and McKenna's graduation, to join Matt, who is completing his law degree, his wife, and several of Rhonda's siblings and their families. McKenna will be attending their alma mater this fall in the College of Commerce. Congratulations, Rhonda.
Rhonda, I can't believe you're finally going to graduate from kindergarten. It's about time. What a milestone. I'm so proud of you. You've been an amazing influence to so many kids. From Shell Lake to Turtleford to Maidstone, there are many families and students ever grateful for having had Miss Bloomy and Mrs. Spears in their lives. I can totally remember the day my status in the town of Maidstone changed. We were down at the grocery store, or I was down at the grocery store, and some little kid saw me and he said, "Hey, I know you." And I said, "You do?" thinking I was pretty famous. And he said, "Yeah, you're Mrs. Spears' husband." Well, Mrs. Spears, your husband can't wait to start retired life with his very best friend and the love of his life. I know you're not really one to want recognition at a big public gala, but I do know you have a lot of peers and a lot of colleagues who really wish they could see you in person tonight and join me in this toast. So, with them, along with our kids, Matt and Kian and McKenna, and of course Henry the dog, I just want to raise a glass to your amazing career.
Susan Strika. Susan Strika graduated from Mayfair Central School in 1984. In 1988, she convocated from the U of S and then moved to La Loche, where she taught grade 1, and later grade 3. During the 8 years in La Loche, she made many lifelong friends and had the privilege of inviting and meeting Robert Munch. It was also during this time that she married the boy next door and her soulmate. Susan and her young family moved to Meadow Lake in 1996. She returned to the workforce in 1999. She was blessed with many wonderful teaching assignments, which included a short time in Dorntosh and the remaining years at Lakeview Elementary. She was a resource teacher, teacher librarian, and technology integration leader. She also taught grades 3, 4, and pre-kindergarten. During her retirement years, she plans to spend time with her family and friends, work on hobbies, and grow her digital business. Congratulations, Susan.
It gives me great pleasure to honor Mrs. Strika as she enters retirement. Susan, working and learning alongside you was rewarding for me and most certainly all your colleagues. No matter your role, you always shone as an educator and demonstrated leadership qualities throughout. As your administrator, I do, however, have one last duty for you. Please take your passion and love for children and spoil your grandchild in that very same way. Take care, Mrs. Strika. You are loved and will be missed.
Lee Taves. Lee retired from working in the maintenance department at the Northwest School Division at the end of November 2020. Lee and his wife Sheila have 4 children who they have given them 9 awesome grandchildren. Lee was raised on the family farm by Livelong, which his grandfather homesteaded in 1916. His son is still farming that land today. All 4 of his kids played ball and hockey growing up, so he did a lot of coaching and also played ball with the Mervyn Flyers for 25 years. After farming, he worked at the Turtleford Hospital in maintenance for 18 years and then switched to maintenance at the school division, where he worked for the past 15. Lee had an exceptionally good crew working for him and really enjoyed his time spent at the school division. The highlight of the year was always the day spent fishing on his pontoon boat at Turtle Lake with the whole crew. It was always a long, full day with many laughs, lots of fish, and a great meal at the end of the day. His plans for retirement are to stay healthy and enjoy his family. Hopefully he and his wife can spend many hours watching the grandchildren in all their activities. Congratulations, Lee.
Hello, Lee. On behalf of the Northwest School Division, I just want to thank you for your years of dedicated service. As a foreman for the facility department, you played a key role in ensuring that our buildings were kept safe and provide a conducive learning environment for all students. On behalf of us all here at the Facility Department and the Northwest School Division, we wish you the very best in your retirement. Take care, my friend.
Laura Quinn Rogers. Laura Quinn Rogers was born in Turtleford, where she also raised her 2 boys. Her love of children encouraged her to pursue the field of teaching. After convocating from the University of Saskatchewan, she taught pre-K to grade 6 in Spruce Lake, Turtleford, and Maidstone. Many changes to education have occurred in her career, a position she has been proud to hold. She enjoys sharing funny stories of her children's antics and has made many friendships along the way. She pursued special education and attained her master's degree in 2014. She coached volleyball for many years, has sat on many committees, including school staff liaison. Laura plans to continue working and volunteering in her community, spending time with family and traveling to warm destinations with her husband, Kevin. Congratulations, Laura.
Hi everyone, I'm Justin, Laura's youngest son. I would like to give a small toast to my mom. Cheers to her for hitting this big milestone, and I'm excited to be a part of your next chapter. Congrats, Mom.
Deborah Scheigen has been the Business Systems Manager at Northwest School Division for the past 14 years. Congratulations on your retirement, Deb.
Wow, have you seen these numbers? 13 of our team members have given a total of 323 years of service. 14 for some, all the way up to 44 years for others. Now that is something to celebrate. We appreciate each and every one of you, and on behalf of the Board of Education, we celebrate you. And thank you for giving so much of your precious time to our students.